Hey y'all, how's it going? Varsity Sin here, hooking you up with a little tip on cutting your own hair. With my length of hair, it costs me $30 every time I want to get my hair cut. And to me, that's a lot of money, especially with two youngins. Some people have more youngins, and I don't know how they do it, but they are freaking rock stars. So basically what you're going to want to do is section your hair off in small sections, and then you're going to want to straighten it so it's as straight as possible. Then you're going to take your fingers and you're going to run it down length of your hair. You get your scissors and you're going to cut like that on an angle, and then if you cut it that way, it's going to be in a V shape when you're done. Okay? So, you don't want to cut off a whole lot with it being your first time cutting your hair. So, make sure you just do a little bit at a time. And you don't want to force it either. You just want it all to be nice and natural, little cuts. You see how, I don't know if you can tell how I've got it spread out, but it's just a little bit here and there. But just like that. And just take it nice and slow, just cut a little bit at a time. I usually do this when the kids are in bed, because I will take forever because I'm really quiet, I guess you could say, about my hair. I probably been to 4 or 5 hairstylists my entire life, and the last one I went to really screwed up my hair. So I get emotional about it, in all honesty. I know I shouldn't, but I do. And make sure that they're even, and it just like that. I don't know if you can tell, but I took about 1 inch off. It's right out my boobs. And I went too fast and I cut this side a little bit. Well, I cut this side a little bit shorter. But after you do that, you just take a little bit more. And don't forget, you want small sections. And then you're going to pull another small section out. And I usually straighten mine because it makes the hair flat, nice and flat. And that's how I like it. And then when you get all that cut, I'm going to take all these extra pieces. Make it to where it's flat, like that. And then you're going to use your hair that you've already cut as a guide. And cut it like that. And so it's going to look like this. It's going to be elevated. I don't know if it's working right. Looking right in there. And so you can see how it's going up at an angle. And you're going to do it the same with the other side. And straighten it out. Make sure everything's nice and flat. Most people, when they do this, they make sure their hair's nice and washed first. But I'm taking one for the team and doing it this way. So we're going to do it this way, I reckon. Make sure that you go nice and slow. Don't be in any stinking hurry. Because if you end up getting in a hurry, you will mess up. But Just make sure you go nice and slow. You can tell it, but the hair is going up at an angle, which is good. That's what we want. It gets the triangle. That doesn't look good. When it gets the triangle sloped effect, which is nice. And then you're going to do another small section. You can put your part wherever you want to. I'm debating on whether or not to do bangs. Still, I like doing my bangs, I like having bangs, but by the time I cut them, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I cut my hair. And then my husband picks on me because he says I'm half retarded. It's whatever, you know, it is what it is. Okay, so when you get that all straightened out, get you a little bit of hair there. Don't forget, go nice and slow. Make sure, don't cut off a whole lot. You're going to make sure that it's cut where you want it to be. You're going to want it. It's your freaking hair. Go slow. Take your time. This is your opportunity to figure out what you like and what you don't like. You know what I mean? You don't have to I don't know. But just take your time because it's your freaking hair. You have the opportunity to cut it the way you want. You don't have it to be, it doesn't have to be the way you describe it to somebody else and them come up with it in their head and it turn out two different things. You've got your idea in your head and you freaking run with it. So I'm just straighten this side out right quick. You can get this section right here. You can tie the sections that you cut already in the back, but I like to use it as a guide to make sure that I've cut enough in that one particular area. You just measure it out. Now this side's a little bit shorter. As you go through and you do this over and over and over again, everything will look and be more natural to you. Okay, get your part there. Okay. Right here, all I'm going to do is take off a little bit right here, which works for me. And there's all sorts of different types of tips and tricks to cut your hair. Like seriously, so many different types. So many different ways, so many different everything. I got my scissors at Sally's. I think every town, big or small, has got to have a Sally's. And then you got it all at an angle. So you see it?